Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are we getting on? Welcome back to Fallout 4 Survival Mode. So last time, we helped the Brotherhood repair Liberty Prime back there, and trekked all over the Commonwealth in doing it, including into the Glowing Sea, which was an interesting little jaunt. But today, we're going to pick up from where we left off, and that first involves going and talking to Elder Maxon. And at some point, hopefully, we'll stop in and see Jack Cabot as well, as I've just received a notification about him. But, before we get too much further, let's take a quick look at a level. As apparently I have one of those. So what we're looking at, I believe we were going to go down the luck tree. And yes, we wanted one more to... Yeah, I think we still want to push the luck up a little bit, don't we? So, better criticals. That's got to be worthwhile. More criticals with critical banker. Let's go with more damage on those criticals, because that's got to be a good choice early on, I think. Especially as we're going to get into some interesting situations, I have no doubt.
You ever fired a minigun?
Okay, so let's see what distasteful task Maxon has for us next.
Is there anything you wish to tell me, Knight?
Okay, I think I've missed something in the gap here.
I'm not sure I like how you're asking me that.
And I don't appreciate being betrayed by my own soldiers. Proctor Quinlan completed the decryption of the data you retrieved from the Institute. A portion of his findings included a list of synths that went missing or escaped from their underground facility. After careful analysis of the information, we've discovered something unprecedented. Paladin Dance is a perfect match for one of the synths on that list.
Ooh. It's interesting. A missing synth, though?
Is Quinlan absolutely certain?
Proctor Quinlan validated the information numerous times. I can assure you, his results are accurate. The data you brought back included a record of each subject's DNA. We keep the same information on file for all of our soldiers. Paladin Dance's DNA is a perfect match for a synth they called M797. To make matters worse, he's gone AWOL. Disappeared without a trace. His sudden absence simply reinforces our conclusion that M797 and Paladin Dance are one and the same. I'm finding it difficult to believe that he never confided in you, and then swore you to secrecy.
Interesting. So, apparently Dance appears to be a synth. Well, that's going to be interesting. Particularly as we're not bothered about that fact, but have still chosen to stick with the Brotherhood, so...
After everything I've done for the Brotherhood, you have some nerve accusing me of lying.
How dare you speak to me in that tone of voice? I'm growing tired of your lies. Tell me everything you know before it's too late.
He's going to catch one on the chin if he carries on like that.
After everything I've achieved, why would I jeopardize my position here?
You make a fair point. Apparently, I've misjudged you, which means I've decided to take you at your word. However, that doesn't absolve you of your duty. Dance is a synth. He represents everything we hate, a monstrosity of technology. Our mission in the Commonwealth is clear. The Institute and its creations need to be destroyed in order to preserve our future, which leaves me facing the most difficult order I've ever given. I'm ordering you to hunt down Dance and execute him.
Well, clearly he's an open-minded and agreeable fellow, and not even slightly bigoted. Yeah.
I won't do it. Dance deserves a chance to explain himself.
You will do it. This is not up for judgment or debate. I'm giving you a direct order, Knight, and I expect you to follow it without question. Listen, I'm not.
And you're not very bright, are you?
Dance was your mentor, and this isn't an easy burden to bear. But if we're to remain strong, we can't afford to make exceptions. Even when it means executing one of our own. Find Proctor Quinlan. He's been analyzing the data and should be able to provide you with a starting point. And Knight, there's a promotion for you riding on the results of these orders. So don't disappoint me. You're dismissed.
Wow. A charming friend here clearly wants me to go and murder Dance just because he's a synth. Can't say I've got a major problem with the fact he's a synth. So yeah, the way the Institute uses synths is pretty iffy. Replacing people and so on and so forth, and presumably killing them in order to do so. So that definitely is an abuse of technology, but that's not really the synth's fault. That's, hello kitty. That would be the Institute's fault. So it's the Institute that's the problem, not Dance.
Oh, Knight. I was told you were coming. Sorry about this business with Dance.
What do you know about this situation?
While I was decrypting all of the data you acquired from within the Institute, I came across a list. It appears that the Institute keeps exemplary records where their synths are concerned, including logging those that were reported missing. As I was perusing this list, I came across an image of Dance under the heading M797. A quick DNA comparison with our own records told the rest of the tale. I'm certain this comes as quite a shock to you, Knight. I'm sorry.
So if he's listed as a missing synth, does that mean he escaped from the Institute and the Railroad gave him that personality? It's an interesting choice if so.
I don't need apologies. I need to know where he is.
Yes, you're quite right. I've been poring over Dance's duty reports and, unfortunately, I haven't found any concrete information. As you're well aware, Dance had intimate knowledge of the Commonwealth, and I'm afraid he could be seeking refuge anywhere. I think our best approach would be to identify every location he's ever visited and eliminate them as possibilities one by one. You may want to get comfortable.
It could take a while.
This could take quite a bit of...
What the hell is this crap about Dance being a synth?
I assume
Why?
your outburst was a reference to some doubt regarding Dance's identity. I can assure you that my findings are quite accurate, Scribe.
So he sets Dance up, and then you knock him down. Is that it?
How did you hear about it?
There are no secrets in the Brotherhood. Maxon's made it clear that we're to locate Paladin Dance, and if we find him, report his location to you. That can only mean you've been sent to hunt him down.
Fair assessment.
I don't like your tone, Halen.
My tone. Who cares about protocol at a time like this? I can't believe that after
Fair
everything
point.
Paladin Dance did for you, you're just gonna turn your back on him like this. There's obviously been a mistake, and we need to get to the bottom of it.
Scribe Halen, you're addressing a senior officer, and you will show him the respect that he's due. Or so help me, I'll have you brought up on charges. Now, unless you're here with information that can assist us, I suggest you return to the police station immediately.
Of course. My apologies, Proctor. I believe I have some information that's relevant to the search.
Very well then. Would you care to enlighten us? Or do we have to wait until you decide to grace us with your knowledge?
Knight, if you'd accompany me to the flight deck, I'd like to show you the information I've compiled firsthand. I've stored the data on my Vertibird gunship's computer.
Change of heart, Halen?
Just following orders, sir.
Proceed, Knight. I'll continue doing my research here.
If you'll follow me, sir.
Yeah, I think I could get emotional whiplash from this girl. Yeah, I can't say I'm particularly bothered by the fact he's a synth. Especially as he's clearly a loyal one and has no idea as far as I can tell. Where on earth are you off? Bit of a convenient Deus Ex Machina going on there with Halen turning up and just dropping this information on us. I can't say I'm particularly surprised by it. So you want to talk to me down here? That's not weird at all.
Scribe Halen.
Do you actually plan on killing Paladin Dance?
That's a risky question, Halen.
I know it is, but I need you to listen to me for a minute. I've known Paladin Dance ever since I was an initiate. He trained me, showed me the ropes, and when I screwed up, he taught me to dust myself off and move on. He's earned my admiration, my respect, and my friendship. I don't care what Quinlan's report says. I don't care if he's a machine or not. He's still Dance.
I'm inclined to agree with her, to be honest.
Why are you telling me all of this?
Because someone has to before you rush off and carry out Maxon's orders without thinking about what you're doing. Dance is the most selfless person I've ever met. I've watched him risk his own life based on nothing more than principle alone. That's why I'm asking you. Not just as a member of the Brotherhood, but as a human being. Give him a chance. Let him tell his side of the story. If you're not convinced by what he says, or somehow he's become truly lost to us, then you do what you have to do.
Yeah, blind obedience to orders doesn't tend to end well. History's quite clear on that particular point.
All right, I'll hear him out.
That's all that I ask. I'll just have to trust that when the time comes, you'll do the right thing. Before the Pribwin showed up, Dance had me identify a fallback point if we ever lost the police station. It was Listening Post Bravo, an old pre-war US military outpost on the northern frontier of the Commonwealth. It's isolated, and we're the only ones that knew about it. So, there's a good chance that's where he's headed. Just be careful. There's no telling what state of mind he's in right now, or if he trusts any of us at all.
That would make sense. Assuming Dance knows that he's a synth and that's why he's run, he's got to know how the Brotherhood will react to that, so... yeah, mistrust would be a fairly standard reaction to that, because he's going to know that they're going to be after him, so... Right then. We just have to head off and find him. Okay. Let's rock and roll then. Okay, so we're back out at Malden. Just passed through the Underground Railroad there. Cut out a little bit of travel time. Let's push on to Listening Post Bravo, which... fairly certain isn't in that direction. No, it's the other direction. I thought it was. Up, up and away. Quite a cool little road this, but it's off a random encounter here. This sort of junction, but it doesn't seem to be anything right now. Okay, so closer than I thought. Does this road actually go all the way through? Oh, I see, it goes up that way and then meets back up again. Okay. Some flowers. Useful for making berry mentats, which I'm going to use a couple of in a minute. Okay, I think we're... yeah, here we go. Nice convenient helipad there. Oh, hell no, I thought I heard something going on. You're going to have a hard time hitting me. Or not, apparently. But I can hit you. Where's the other one? There it is. Goodbye. Nice. Looks like Dance is paranoid as hell if he's having machine gun turrets shoot at me. There we go. If I remember rightly, there's an area of this that you can only get into on this quest, from what I've heard and read. Cool, yeah, we can pick that now, can't we?
Got it.
Bit disappointing on the whole, but okay. That's more useful. Okay, so let's try the terminal then if the elevator's disabled. That was easy. So Dance did not do a very effective job of keeping people out then. Okay. So we'll head down, and I'm going to pop some berry mentats on the way, because I want to be persuasive.
Going down.
Hopefully this is the right call. Oh crap, but it's not the berry ones I need, it's the grape ones I need. I don't have any of those. Oh well, okay. So we'll just have to hope this works. Here we go. That thing doesn't seem intent... Oh, crap. Apparently it is intent on murdering me. Oh well, it's not going to have very much luck on that front. But we do have a critical ready, should I need one. Leave me alone. Anything else? No, okay. Ping. Ping. And that'll be dance over there. At least he's not in power armor this time. If this goes horribly belly up, at least I can not have to fight him in full gear. Monitoring terminal. See what we have here then. Curious. Apparently the guy stationed here may or may not have gone slightly bonkers. Okay.
Excuse me.
I'm not surprised Maxon sent you. He never liked to do the dirty work himself.
Why didn't you tell me, Dance?
Because I didn't know. Until Quinlan got that list decoded, I thought synths were the enemy. I never expected to hear that I was one of them. If it wasn't for Halen, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. So, what are your orders? Does Maxon even want me alive?
Let's get some more info.
How could you not know that you're a synth?
It doesn't make sense to me either. It just feels like a cruel joke. I remember being a child. I remember growing up in the ruins, everything. I suppose they programmed that all into my head. I mean, I feel like I've been in control of my entire life, making my own decisions and determining my own fate. Even though the proof states I'm a synth, I don't feel any different than I did before. I still feel like a human. Why does any of this even matter to you? You're obviously here to carry out Maxon's orders.
So the question is, was he an escape synth that went through the railroad, which is what the evidence from the Institute seems to imply, or a plant from the Institute to get into the Brotherhood? But it's kind of hard to tell. There's bits of evidence in each way, but it's kind of hard to make a call on that one. We'll see.
No. But I'm hoping there's a way out.
Don't be ridiculous. Look, I'm not blind to the fact that this must be difficult for you. I wish Maxon had sent someone else, but that doesn't change a thing. I'm a synth, which means I need to be destroyed. If you disobey your orders, you're not only betraying Maxon, you're betraying the Brotherhood of Steel and everything it stands for. Synths can't be trusted. Machines were never meant to make their own decisions. They need to be controlled. Technology that's run amok is what brought the entire world to its knees, and humanity to the brink of extinction. I need to be the example, not the exception.
So, possibly true. Certainly that's how the world got blown up, but then again, is he just a machine anymore? If he's entirely sentient? Or is he a new form of life? This is the million-dollar question.
If you really feel that way, why did you run in the first place?
The moment I learned the truth, I knew my life was in danger. I'm a soldier, so self-preservation kicked in. I needed to regroup and assess the situation. Once I got here, and I had some time to think, I realized I'd just made everything worse. I should have stayed on the Prydwen and accepted the inevitable. Like I said, I need to be the example, not the exception. I'm ready to accept the consequences of my true identity. Maxon's ordered you to execute me, and I'll be damned if I'm going to stand in your way.
Don't think I'm about to go and do it. I'm not going to encourage him to do it himself, either.
Is there any way out of this?
We both know that this is the right thing to do. If you refuse to follow Maxon's orders, you're undermining everything the Brotherhood stands for. I can't allow that to happen on my account.
But the Brotherhood's wrong.
No. I won't do it, Dance.
I can't believe you'd risk your life just to keep me alive. Why would you do that for me?
Well, when it comes right down to it,
You're the
Maxon's
proof
wrong.
that Maxon's wrong. You're a synth, but everything you've done has been for the good of mankind.
I can't accept that. I'm sorry. I don't wish to debate this any longer. You've sworn an oath to destroy the Institute and every synth that you find. No exceptions. Consider this your greatest test, Knight. Do you have what it takes to get the job done?
Nope.
What the hell are you waiting for?
I'm not going to shoot him. I'm going to see what he's got in his box, though. Nothing interesting. That's grim beyond any level that I'm prepared to deal with.
This doesn't seem right.
It doesn't matter. Don't let your feelings about me cloud your judgment. This decision is bigger than both of us. It's about the future of the Brotherhood. We must stay on mission, no matter the cost. Now, do it.
Well, apparently I can't pick Maxon's wrong again as a option to persuade. Alright, let's try losing a friend. Not that it was a particularly close one, but still. You gave us our way into the Brotherhood.
I've already lost my family. I don't want to lose my friend.
Well then, I'm sorry to disappoint you. I don't wish to debate this any longer.
Well, let's try the last option. It's probably not going to work either.
You need to face this, Dance. Dying is the coward's way out.
If that's the way you feel about it, then so be it. I don't wish to debate this any longer. Consider this your greatest test, Knight. Do you have what it takes to get the job done?
Well, the simple answer is no. Because I am not about to shoot him in the head. Not for being, you know, just another form of life. Character definitely doesn't have a problem with the fact he's a synth. Ooh. You're kidding me, right? Okay, so I've just found the great mentats that I've needed all along. Right there. So, yeah. As I was saying, the character definitely doesn't have a problem with the fact he's a synth. He's siding with the Brotherhood for their military background being more similar to his, and because he wants to destroy the Institute. Yes, but it doesn't hold synths responsible for their behaviour at the Institute. So, I'm going to reload, and we'll come back and get these mentats this time. Actually, well, we'll try it. Hopefully they'll be there. I'm imagining they still will be. And we'll try and be a little more persuasive next time. Okay then, so let's give this a go again.
I'm not surprised Maxon sent you. He never liked to do the dirty work himself.
He told me you're a synth, Dance.
I'm
That
warning
makes you a traitor.
If you leave here without following your orders, I'll be forced to carry them out. Is that... what do you want?
Okay, well, I didn't very much like me taking the drugs, apparently, but I'm sure he'll get over it when I choose not to shoot him in the head.
Hi.
I'm not surprised Maxon sent you. He never liked to do the dirty work himself.
Why didn't you tell me, Dance?
Because I didn't know. And so, what are your orders? Does Maxon even want me alive?
No. But I'm hoping there's a way out.
I need to be the example, not the exception.
If you really feel that way, why did you run in the first place?
I'm a soldier, so self-preservation kicked in. Once I got here, and I had some time to think, I realized I'd just made everything worse. I'm ready to accept the consequences of my true identity. Maxon's ordered you to execute me, and I'll be damned if I'm going to stand in your way.
Well, it does slightly highlight one of the shortcomings of the game. Not so much the player character, but Dance and some of the others sound less like humans talking, or even synths talking, and more like sort of like a series of statements being spouted.
Come on, Knight.
You know,
say what you have to say.
some kind of essay being recited, something like that. I mean, on the whole, it's pretty good, but nobody really talks like that, you know?
No. I won't do it, Dance.
I can't believe you'd risk your life just to keep me alive. Why would you do that for me?
Here's hoping.
You're the proof that Maxon's wrong. You're a synth, but everything you've done has been for the good of mankind.
You're right.
Yes.
How could I have been so blind? I'm not technology that's gone out of control. I've been a benefit to mankind, not its downfall. Perhaps now that you've opened my eyes, I can consider my next move.
Awesome. That's the correct answer in my opinion.
What's our next move?
You need to continue your fight against the Institute. I
Definitely.
have my own path to follow. The only clear choice is for me to leave the Commonwealth. The sooner I make for the border, the sooner I put this behind me. Take my holotags. Use them to prove that your mission was a success, or Maxon will just send someone else to hunt me down. Now, come on. Let's get the hell out of here.
Okay. That doesn't sound like good news. Oh dear.
How dare you betray the Brotherhood?
It's not his fault. It's mine.
I'll deal with you in a moment. Knight, why has this thing not been destroyed?
So, ridiculous orders, not a thing, you're wrong. Well, he's wrong. It's not just a thing, his orders are ridiculous, so that's a tough call.
I refuse because your orders are ridiculous.
How dare you? Dance isn't a man. It's a machine. An automaton created by the Institute. It wasn't born from the womb of a loving mother. It was grown within the cold confines of a laboratory. Flesh is flesh. Machine is machine. The two were never meant to intertwine. By attempting to play God, the Institute has taken the sanctity of human life and corrupted it beyond measure.
After all I've done for the Brotherhood, all the blood I've spilled in our name, how can you say that about me?
You're the physical embodiment of what we hate most. Technology that's gone too far. Look around you, Dance. Look at the scorched earth and the bones that litter the wasteland. Millions, perhaps even billions, died because science outpaced man's restraint. They called it a new frontier and pushing the envelope, completely disregarding the repercussions. Can't you see the same thing is happening again? You're a single bomb in an arsenal of thousands, preparing to lay waste to what's left of mankind.
Well, it's half right. In the sense that that is more or less what happened, but it's all about how you use these things, the decisions you make. In this case, he's utterly wide of the mark, because this is not a dangerous individual, unless he chooses to go on a killing spree.
Speak, Knight. This needs to be resolved. Now.
Which isn't going to happen unless Mad Maxon here goes shooting.
That's insane. He dedicated his life to protecting mankind.
Is that what it told you? How can you trust the word of a machine that thinks it's alive? A machine that's had its mind erased, its thoughts programmed, its very soul manufactured. Those ethics that it's striving to champion aren't even its own. They were artificially inserted in an attempt to have it blend into society.
It's true. I was built within the confines of a laboratory, and some of my memories aren't my own. But when I saw my brothers dying at my feet, I felt sorrow. When I defeated an enemy of the Brotherhood, I felt pride. And when I heard your speech about saving the Commonwealth, I felt hope. Don't you understand? I thought I was human, Arthur. From the moment I was taken in by the Brotherhood, I've done absolutely nothing to betray your trust, and I never will.
It's too late for that now. The Institute has foolishly chosen to grant you life. You simply should not exist. I don't intend to debate this any longer. My orders stand.
It's all right. We did our best. You convinced me that I was wrong to be ashamed of my true identity, and I thank you for it. Whatever you decide, know that I'm going to my grave with no anger and no regrets.
Touching. Either you execute Dance, or I will, Knight. The choice is yours.
I don't think to put a bullet in the madman, but... So let's just rapidly take another set of those great mentats, just to be on the safe side.
After all the sacrifices I've made, and all the battles I've fought for the Brotherhood, you need to listen to me. You owe me that much.
Very well. I'm listening.
Let's go with saved lives, trust and respect. These are decisions. Either one is close to the mark, but not. Then again, convincing him with the actual truth is not going to work because he's already shown he's bonkers. But
whether he's human or not, Dan saved the lives of countless Brotherhood soldiers. Now it's time you saved his.
You're a stubborn man. So, it appears we've arrived at an impasse. Allowing Dance to live undermines everything the Brotherhood stands for. Yet you insist that he remains alive, which leaves me with only a single alternative. Dance, as far as I'm concerned, you're dead. You were pursued and slain by this Brotherhood Knight, and your remains were incinerated. From this day forward, you are forbidden to set foot on the Pridwin, or speak to anyone from the Brotherhood of Steel. Should you choose to ignore me, know you'll be fired upon immediately. Do we understand each other?
I do. Thank you for believing in me, Arthur.
Don't mistake my mercy for acceptance. The only reason you're still alive is because of him. I'm returning to the Pridwin Knight. Take some time. Say your goodbyes. And then I expect to see you there. We still have the Institute to deal with.
quick reaction there.
It took a hell of a lot of guts to stand up to Maxon like that.
Not really, he was just dead wrong. Called doing the right thing.
At least we know he isn't chasing you anymore. If you stay here, you should be safe.
That's an excellent suggestion. I didn't plan on spending the rest of my days at this old listening post, but it will have to do. Besides, you're still going to need my help, and I'll be damned if I'm going to let you wander the Commonwealth alone. Now, you better get back to the Pridwin. In the meantime, I'll start making this bunker more livable. If you ever need me, I'll be right here.
What about Halen?
I don't think Maxon knew she was involved, so she'll be safe. I'll contact her and let her know what happened here. It's the least I could do.
Are you going to have a problem killing synths?
I might physically be a synth, but my heart and mind belong to the Brotherhood. The Institute is still a tremendous threat to the Commonwealth. They possess technologies that need to be confiscated or destroyed. I promise you, I won't hesitate to pull the trigger on them.
Goodbye, Dance.
Farewell. I hope the next time we meet, it will be under happier circumstances.
Awesome. So I think that's the best conclusion we can get out of that. So we've managed to save Dance's life and have Maxon leave him the hell alone. And he's still recruitable as a companion, although I've no idea if he'd have power armor or not. Ultimately, yeah, I think that's basically my 2 cents on the thing. They're not just machines anymore. They've transcended that and become more like a new form of life. So it seems they're completely self-aware and capable of making decisions and show emotions and have memories and things like that. They might be programmed, but at the end of the day, with the flesh and blood, it's just a case of, ooh, hello, Red Stag. Oh no, you glowing mongrel. That's certainly more trouble. Or not. Yeah, even when it comes to sort of human beings and flesh and blood creatures, it's still just biological programming rather than technological. It's not really any different. Oh no, you don't, buddy. Any more? Oh dear. Yeah, there's a lot of dogs. Kidding me? Diseased dog it's giving me a disease. Oh, right, okay. 1. 2. Tell me I've got enough. Oh, nice. I can take them all. This should be fun. 1, 2, 3. Oh. Is that a ghoul raider? I don't think I've ever seen one of those before. Ooh, skull bandana, that might be cool. There he is. He's a ghoul raider. That's different. There have been a couple of patches recently. I wonder if that's an addition from that. So if Dance is, based on my rationale at least, a different form of life, then killing him is no different than shooting him if he was human. So, his thoughts and feelings are chemical and electrical signals in the brain, just as they are with flesh and blood creatures. So the difference is not half as big as Maxon seems to think it is. Crazy fool that he is. It always comes down to, as Dumbledore would say, the choices we make. Hence why I chose not to shoot him in the head. Okay, so once again we return to the Pridwen. Let's go and wrap this one up, shall we? Oh, you crazy bastard.
Reporting is ordered, Elder.
Before we continue, I want to make one thing clear. This conversation will be the last time we speak about Dance. As far as the Brotherhood of Steel is concerned, he's dead. Do you understand?
I'll never understand it. But I'm not going to mention him again.
Then consider this a lesson to reflect upon as your service to the Brotherhood continues. Of course, Dance's execution creates a missing link in our chain of command. That traitor held quite an important position with us. I'm certain that you'll make a fine replacement. His quarters and all his possessions are now yours, including his personal suit of power armor. Congratulations, Paladin.
Body's not even cold, and you're already dividing the loot?
To the victor go the spoils. Being a part of the Brotherhood, you should learn to appreciate that sentiment. Just be aware that a Brotherhood Paladin is expected to be a symbol of integrity to our brothers and sisters. I trust you won't disappoint them, or disappoint me. In any event, we still have the Institute to contend with, and a lot of work to do before we can begin our final assault. While the finishing touches are being put onto Liberty Prime, Captain Kells has identified a potential threat to our operations. Report to him immediately for your next assignment. Ad Victoriam, Paladin.
Okay, so Pridwen Quarters is now available to us. This is Dance's old room. Yeah, interesting. Didn't expect a loading screen to take me into here. That's quite cool. What we got? So it looks like we've got a bit of storage. A few cool bits and pieces. A little bit of ammo. And our own little bedroom. That's kind of cool. So, we've been promoted up to Paladin now. It looks like Maxon is more concerned with the idea of protecting the Brotherhood's ideals and his stated goals than he is with the truth that's been shown to him, and that synths aren't necessarily as dangerous as they appeared to be. Or at least not universally anyway. But he's decided to go ahead with the lie that Dance has been killed and promote us in his place for doing so, just to protect his own image. And one could argue that morale might suffer, but I'm not so sure it would. Since the Institute does still need to be destroyed, because its choices and the direction it's going in are extremely questionable. But that doesn't necessarily make it the synth's fault. So, yeah, it's like sort of historical wars we've existed in the real world. Not every soldier is necessarily culpable for the decisions made by the leadership. Then again, it does depend on what decisions they make themselves as well, I suppose. But there we go. So, I think we will leave that one there for now. Thank you very much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed. As always, if you did, you know what to do by now. Social media links down in the description. Do catch up with me on Twitter and Facebook if you would like to. And I will be speaking to you all very, very soon. Thank you very much.